hope you enjoy it. Let me know if you have any questions. And brownie points if you recognize where this is from.
From the heart of Liberty City, it's the Intelligent Agenda. Here's your host, Michael Riley.
Thank you, ladies and gentlemen. Thank you. Great show for you
Some
today.
to see.
Yeah, Brandon Roberts is on the
Okay,
show.
that's
because I was
confused.
sleeping with his publicist. It's true. Now, the whole country is talking about his campaign ads for state governor, where he calls his challenger a pedophile and brings the word harlot back into the modern lexicon. It's John Hunter, ladies and gentlemen. All right, and 11-year-old super genius, Zachary Tyler. Give it up for Zachary. Okay, now, people say, Mike, what is this show about?
Yeah,
We're
it sounds
here to
good.
laugh, okay, and we're also here to cry, because the only thing liberals run in this country is the TV networks. But seriously, it's a show all about keeping fascism at bay in its many forms, even in the changing room. It's a show about the human heart. It's a show in which we laugh at lots of conservatives and call them repressed. We've got everything, really. Thank you.
Okay, I think this is better.
It's a show in which we
Let's see.
ponder how America got into such a mess, and we realize we should blame all the people we don't like.
we can hear him
And
as well.
it's a show in which we yet again kneel over the great altar of American hypocrisy and start to suck. Yep, it's time for Intelligent Agenda. First up, he's the star of the film Flower Man and appears in the sitcom Family Interrupted, which is set in a women's clinic. You love him, I love him, the women love him. He's slept with most of you, I imagine. It's Brandon Roberts. Wow, Brandon, you look great.
Hey, thanks. I know, I really do. You know, it's great to be back on whatever show this is. This is great.
Now, if you were a
Gives the
man of
name of it.
remarkable integrity, I'd say you had some work done there, Brandon. Nice t-shirt.
Yeah, this t-shirt is part of our campaign. See, we're gonna kill global warming once and for all, right?
Yes, yeah.
Yeah, see, we're
Kill
gonna have
it.
a concert, get a lot of people together to really rally, you know, and feel the music and the message. And once you feel that, you'll want to buy the t-shirt and the program, the commemorative DVD we're making, the limited edition MP3 player. And once we join together, all of us join together, global warming will end, man. Global warming will end. I mean, like, I'm no scientist, okay? But sometimes these scientists, they just make things confusing. It takes actors and musicians to explain important issues, you know? I mean, this is about intelligent people like me making a difference at a ground level.
Wow, that sounds great, Brandon. I don't know if it's just me, but you've been acting in a movie, it seems like, what, every 3 months?
Yeah. And you know what? Being an actor, it's really hard.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, you know, I've got to say somebody else's words and then go sit in a trailer. You know, people don't realize the stress of Vinewood relationships. Working long hours for sometimes a week straight. You know, the pressure of getting paid $20 million to read lines written by someone who makes a few $100s. Sleeping with a lot of women, it's tough.
I won't be able to do
mean,
that.
I know I'm fortunate,
too much.
and I'm also humble.
Fun.
I really am. It's complicated. It's difficult to wrap your brain around. It's kind of like one of those Chinese symbols. But, you know, some days I get hand release while doing Tai Chi on the beach, and the next day I wear glasses and talk about suffering. I'm not gay, by the way.
Why don't we just take a call then?
Okay.
Yeah, Brandon. Hey, I'm a big fan of your work, man. How you pretend to be other people and then spend all the rest of your time telling ordinary folk how to live, it really inspires me. I'm a pathological liar.
Yeah. Whenever there's a natural disaster or anything, I try to show up and help make a point with photo ops how the government is really letting people down. You know, I have more money and a bigger soul, and my goal in life is to prove it to everyone. You know, do some opera, drink some pomegranate juice. People don't have enough antioxidants. Worry about the prison industrial complex. Worry about the military industrial complex, the industrial complex, the inferiority complex, obesity, fair trade gourmet coffee, China. There are a lot of things being an actor has made me an expert on. I understand pain. I understand people's pain. I am pain.
Wow, you are wound up, Brandon. Are you high?
High on life.
Oh, you bet I am. And you bet I am. I am high on life. And my deity just keeps running out of money and needs a hefty part of my income. Can you get me on the internet? Get me on the internet. People really need to feel my love. I've got a blog. Okay, I've got to write this down. I'm not part of a cult or anything. Okay, this is a real religion, just like all the other ones, just like all that. So don't be so prejudiced. Hey, Kiflam, right?
Right. Okay. Well, let's take another call for Brandon Roberts.
Okay.
Hey, Brandon, I really like doing all those situation comedies, like when you go back to elementary school as an adult and sleep with your mother by mistake. It's funny as shit. But I have to say,
Accidentally.
I'm tired of all this green shit. These environmentalists haven't done us any favors. It's why all our food comes from China now. China's gonna take us over.
Exactly. See, that's exactly the point I'm trying to make. It's what they don't want you to know. That's why I drive a
It's all a
hybrid SUV to the
man.
organic market across town to buy imported organic Norwegian mushrooms that have been flown in, burning tons of pollutants, killing the pollutants so they can't pollute anymore. See, that's what makes me an environmentalist. I understand the science. I know how it works. I got taught it in drama school. See, I only drink bottled water that's shipped from Samoa instead of pumped from a well across town because everything here, it's just so dirty. It's a lot like my new film. There's a chase scene on the Los Santos freeway and a huge monkey, some dinosaurs who are trapped in amber. It's very original. It's a nice, quiet character piece.
Wow, that sounds great, Brandon. Now, let's
Doesn't
take
it?
a quick break. We're going to be back with more of Brandon Roberts and gubernatorial candidate John Hunter.
PLR reminds you, consumer-driven culture is killing our democracy. Buy yourself a hybrid, a solar panel, and a composting toilet, and set yourself free. This is PLR, Public Liberty Radio.
We return to the Intelligent Agenda.
Okay, we're back on the Intelligent Agenda with me, Mike Riley. Let's bring out our next guest. Brandon, can you hang out for a while?
You got it,
All right,
man.
scooch on over the couch there. All right, next up, he's an actor as well, but has gotten into politics by running for governor of our state. You may have seen the TV commercials for John Hunter where he accuses Michael Graves of all kinds of nasty things. Well, here he is, John Hunter.
Wow! Thank you. I mean, that's really wonderful.
Wow, you look great, John.
Thank you. Thanks.
How's the campaign going?
Mike, it's just fantastic. We're making a difference by giving the networks millions of dollars to run campaign ads. It's democracy at a grassroots level. Fundraising has gone really well. I haven't sold myself out at all. I've learned a lot being an actor, you know, on the set during years of bit parts. I want to bring the reality of TV dramas from the lots of Vinewood to our state.
Wow, look at that. The phones are exploding. Line 3, Sarah.
Hi,
Pretty
Mike.
much like this chat.
I'm a huge fan and a committed swinger. Maybe you'd like to come to one of our parties. Hi, Brandon. I love that art house
How
film you
can
made
you
when you
reject
painted a picture with
an invitation
So
like
I
that?
just
Oh, sorry about that. I mean, say, that's an invitation.
I love that art house film you made when you painted a picture with your junk. John, I'm a concerned parent. How are you going to help me make the world safer for my kids?
Well, Sarah, if you vote for me, things will change.
That's a relief.
There's a lot that I'm doing to help parents. I mean, now you
What's
take
the
the
point of you
internet.
even
What
getting into
happens when
details?
kids can post on the internet, on their own pages?
Oh, like myroomonline.net.
Yeah. I don't understand it. I come from a different generation, when it was okay to carpet bomb first and ask questions later. But people have to understand that the internet is a series of tubes, and strange men want to put their privates in the other side of that tube and right into your child's bedroom. As a conservative liberal, I feel it's my duty to try it. Buy a financial stake in it, and then regulate it. It's a win-win. And the best bit is, we can all feel guilty together.
Wow, let's go back to the phones then. Steve, you're on Intelligent Agenda.
Hi, Mr. Hunter. I really enjoy your campaign commercials. It's the best part of election season. The 18 months of attack ads where you have no clue what's going on, and you learn to hate everyone.
Oh, thank you. Thank you very much.
I was hoping you could do something about these air shows. Why do planes have to fly so close together over a crowd of people? Oh boy, there's a jet farting smoke. Big deal. It's polluting the atmosphere. People are actually shocked when these planes crash. Gee, you're doing Mach 2 with your wings an inch apart. Air shows suck ass.
Now, safety is one of the main parts of my campaign. We've had enough of these dividers. We want the whole enchilada to come together as a nation because we all like Mexican food. Now let's stop big government running things for the little guy. I want to make sure everyone has access to opportunities they can afford. It's the American way. It's all in my best-selling campaign book.
Next caller, you're on with John Hunter.
And Brandon Roberts.
Oh, yeah, of course, Brandon Roberts. Hello, Jay.
Yeah, Mr. Hunter, I have a question. What happens when dogs and cats can drive?
Now that's one of the things we need to
that's a
focus on
concern.
in this country. Education. And if I'm elected governor, at least one state will have its priorities straight. Unfortunately, our schools focus on academics, while schools in the South focus on nothing but football and procreating. We need to change the budgets to break the teachers' unions and buy uniforms, balls, and then the books if we can afford them. I learned a lot playing the part of a maverick coach in a TV movie about football.
Maybe what we need is a good old-fashioned peasant mob.
Exactly. Freedom within reasons. Responsible government taking away choices people don't need. Right now, what we have is a war on science. The FDA is denying access to a new drug that causes superfertility. Can you imagine the beauty and joy of God's gift as your home will become a whelping box and your zygotes mutate and quadruple? Mother Nature may have told you not to have children, but Mother Nature can be overruled, just like the current administration.
All righty, next caller. Hi there, Linda.
Yes, hi. I'm a first-time caller and a committed liberal. I say fuck the conservatives. They're all square, and we should
Straight to
burn
the
them.
point.
Mr. Hunter, I hope you win this election and do something about the healthcare industry. Like these ultrasounds. They send radio waves to my brain as a child. That's why I killed my mom.
You see, the healthcare industry is failing millions of Americans. We've overregulated the insurance companies so they can't turn a healthy profit. The net result is that millions of hardworking Americans who invested in these companies are losing money. It's a national disgrace.
Next caller.
Yeah, I'm sick of these illegal...
How are you, mate? Long time no see. How you been? Finished work? We're going to work now, maybe?
Disgrace.
Next caller.
Yeah, I'm sick of these illegal immigrants. America should be for people like me. We invented freedom.
Now, immigration reform is very important. As I say in my campaign blog, it is not hate. It's patriotism bottled up. It's important that our children see us taking xenophobia seriously. Otherwise, who are they?
I am amazing. Smashing. Fantastic. How are you?
Xenophobia seriously. Otherwise, who are they going to learn from?
Speaking of kids, we should take a quick break and get our next guest out here. Get this. He's 11, and he's a super genius. Back after this.
Public Liberty Radio. Free radio. Free of interesting content. Just blather. Boring burnout, blathering between shows. This is PLR. Let's get back to Intelligent Agenda.
And now, to Intelligent Agenda.
Okay, we're back on Intelligent Agenda. I'm Mike Riley. I'm sure...
You have a night shift then, don't you? I don't know if for some reason it appears that you logged up. I mean, you're off Twitch. I don't know if you're still on, but very good to have you here. Thanks so much for coming by. Much appreciated. Have your say to listen to this podcast, and then if you have an opinion, feel free to let us know what you think about it.
Back on Intelligent Agenda, I'm Mike Riley. I'm sure you've heard about our next guest on the news. He's 11, and he's a genius. He's Zachary Tyler, National Spelling Bee champion a couple of years back, also a grandmaster at chess. He's written the great American novel, and now he's about to solve hunger. Great to have you on the show.
Greetings.
Solving hunger.
You are a great example of liberal parenting. Your parents raised you in a commune.
Yes, it was very disappointing. My parents were weak and feeble people. I don't miss them. I put myself up for adoption.
Oh, you're going to work now. Oh, okay, I see. She had a good rest, had a good sleep, prepare for this night shift.
I don't miss them. I put myself up for adoption after they got divorced.
I play a divorced dad in my new movie. It's got a talking car and a flesh-eating disease that threatens mankind, but I've got great abs in it. It's a real character piece.
That's all that matters.
Zach, you've been educated in a public school.
Well, sort of. I learned to despise the common herd in a public school. So then I learned about the world by being homeschooled by a friendly teacher.
I think it's important we give everyone access to homeschooling.
I don't know about that. I think community is very important.
Yeah, I agree. I was really popular at school. It was great training for life, because I'm real popular now.
Okay, now, Zach, tell us about the plan to end hunger.
Well, it's quite simple, really. Almost facile. I looked at hunger as a supply and demand problem. Too many hungry people. Simple. Rather than reducing the number of hungry people, simply reduce the number of people using involuntary euthanasia for the weak and unfortunate and turn them into compost for our crops. It's simple.
You want to kill people to reduce hunger?
Absolutely. It's brilliant.
It's barbaric.
I blame video games. They're teaching our kids to solve hunger by slaughtering the weak. We should only slaughter the weak to win wars and sell guns to unjust governments we keep in power.
I despise the government.
The government's like the paparazzi, you know? They follow you around, and then when you mess up, they are on you, man. They are on you with a zoom lens. But my blog talks all about it. You can go to Brandon...
Okay. Where's the consensus here?
I think we've all reached a consensus.
Yonix, I'm not sure how you pronounce your name. Do you know by any chance where is this podcast from? Just take a wild guess. Have you heard it before, maybe? While doing activity, maybe, I don't know, playing a game or
the group seems to be agreeing
sport.
that, well, under my plan, you'd be one of the first people we eliminated.
Shut up, you tiny little freak! A nasty little right-wing bully. I bet you've never even gotten laid.
Oh, I have, lots of times. Yeah, mostly by girls. Sometimes with underage chicks. But
you're
there's no
sick,
pictures.
young man.
You're sick. Stop looking at me strangely.
I'm tempted to beat a lesson into you, young man.
I imagine you are, you catamite.
Come here. I'm going to give you the spanking of your life, you little dork. You're going to learn some respect.
No, please.
Little dork.
No.
Wiggle around so much.
You're a pedo. Ow.
Hey Peter, stop beating.
You're not even old enough to see them. How do you know they suck? Hey, Mike, how's my six-pack look? Huh? Hey, can we talk about global warming?
It's all about the pecs, man. No pecs, no sex, I'm telling you.
I think we're done. I think that's all we have time for on Intelligent Agenda.
Ow. Ow.
Until next time, stay liberal.
Kiflam, man, Kiflam.
Shut up.
You didn't...
And now, the show that allows everyone to...
You don't know from where? Oh wait, you haven't really... You don't really have a reputation of a heavy gamer, do you? I mean... Yeah, you really don't know, you never heard it before. It is from GTA 4. You know the game? GTA 4 by
the
Rockstar?
show that allows everyone to vent their spleen. It's Pacemaker, the program that puts
Dude,
the heart
most of the
back
times
into the
most of the times, every time new GTA comes out, I'm always looking forward to the radio stations. Still like what music they put in, the talk shows. That's like one of my favorite things. I don't know if many people are into this, but just driving cars or whatever you're doing, and always you have to be in a vehicle to listen to the radio station. Even those vehicles where they have like a missing audio system, they still play radio somehow. That's funny. Yeah, but the radio station talk shows, that's really fascinating. Always I find them so funny. Now you could turn this podcast into one of those.
The program that puts the heart back into the health industry. Here's your host, Ryan McFallon.
It's David and Goliath, but we're all David when it comes to fighting the healthcare industry. And this time, it's not a rock, it's our nuts in a sling. For thousands of years, people have treated themselves when they got sick. The wisdom was handed down from family to family, mother to daughter, father to son, and sometimes while inebriated, father to daughter. But
got
nobody
it.
talked
I'm
about
happy.
it.
Happy that you
Now
got
we have
it.
HMOs,
PogChamp.
co-pays,
I knew you get it.
1,000 forms to fill out, gastric bypasses, doctors that charge $30,000 to pry open your love cave with a speculum. Today on the show...
Just want to say again, thank you for being here. I appreciate it a lot. Coming by, saying hello. That means a lot. Appreciate it. Hope you enjoyed this
With a
podcast.
speculum. Today on the
In
show,
quotes,
from Better
podcast.
Pharmaceuticals, Public Relations Director Sheila Stafford.
Hi, Ryan. Great to be here. I brought you samples of some breakthrough new drugs. You look like you really need them.
Okay, thanks. And representing the largest HMO in the
Very nice.
nation, Copay Health System
Gesture and
CEO
compliment.
Wilson Taylor Sr.
Ryan, it's a pleasure to be here to talk about taking the healthcare industry from a patient-centric and business-centric aggregated bell curve forward to the health model we're looking at in the 22nd century.
All right. And finally, he's the founder of Homeopathic Center Down Home Medicine, author and self-healing guru, the Down Home...
Yeah, I know you might remember that thing. Yeah. Got good memory.
Author and self-healing guru, the Down Home Medicine man himself, Waylon Mason.
What?
Waylon, I'm just saying welcome to the show.
I didn't know.
Okay,
It's
let's start
good
with you,
to be
Mason.
here.
What's wrong
I
with the
know.
healthcare industry?
That's just it. You said it. It's an industry. $1 trillion. $1 trillion rotten deals and broken promises made to you and dirty
It's so unfair, man. Not following the law, man.
broken promises made to you and dirty needles. For what? I teach people, stuff that only Indians and old people understand. Why are we sitting in a waiting room while some asshole, some limp ass nuts, plays golf and makes $1 million a year to scribble on little pieces of paper nobody can read? That's like they're writing secrets. It's a conspiracy. When we lived in the woods, my father told me a lot about home medicine. After my mom died during childbirth, he let me burn the body. You can learn a lot from family.
Let's get into the 21st century here. We really need to move beyond this negativity and hostility towards the pharmaceutical industry. We are leading robust, end-to-end, sustainable solutions to healthcare challenges in a viable and yet 100% patient-centric, care-focused, and responsible manner. Life is full of very complex chemical challenges.
Very
Better
professional so far.
Pharmaceuticals is there every step of the way. Much more so than a bunch of hillbillies fighting progress and home cremating their mother.
Well, what kind
What do you? That's like being a corporate slut. You don't know where you are.
Well, really, life is a challenge. And if you could swallow a
Corporate.
magic pill every day and not worry about that challenge, wouldn't you? We all would. Some of us are.
trying to get
Take, for instance,
comfy
our
here. It's not
best-selling
easy.
symptomatic postural tension reliever, Cominex. Life is stressful. Up the dose. And with increased dosage, people will see an inverse reduction in problems. It's science, really.
Life is stressful, and the reason it's stressful is that the consumer is forced to pay pharmaceutical companies like yours exorbitant fees to cover these prescriptions and
Let's see
CEO
if
bonuses.
you guys can hear
HMOs
the
like
sound
mine are
well.
trying to save your
Hear me as
life.
well.
And Little Miss Drug Company here
At the same
sashays
time.
into the doctor's office, flashes her perky bazookas, and the next thing you know, the doctor's prescribing heavy sedatives for every splinter or rash. And
There might
who
be a
gets
bit
to
of
pay for
echo
this?
now.
The insurance companies, which we are obliged to mark up and pass on to you in denied coverage claims. It breaks my heart.
There's just too many pills, man. It's making our immune systems weak. My mom was a visionary and a
Shaman.
helper, and she
Shaman.
left me in dirty diapers all day. And now I have a super goddamn immune system. I can lick the floor under a truck stop urinal, and
As
it
you
don't
do.
affect me a bit. And sometimes I do, for cash or whatever.
That's the problem.
Okay.
Let's stop blaming the HMOs because you can't see a doctor.
Imagine if you paid that guy, could do anything you want.
Blaming the HMOs because you can't see a doctor. Don't blame profits or Nixon because you've got bad coverage. Bottom line, don't blame me because you're a loser. Not my fault, buddy. And the last thing we need on Earth is socialized medicine. Jeesh. Can you imagine the chaos if everyone was able to see a doctor and didn't have to fill out reams of paperwork before they were denied a life?
Onyx, I'm not sure how do you want me to call you. Is that okay, or Yon, just Yon maybe? I want to ask if you played any new games lately, maybe if you're into news or anything new in your area, like what's new, you know, or if you've seen anything, or if you want to discuss about anything, feel free to bring it up.
Fill out reams of paperwork before they were denied a life-saving surgery because it cost money? It would be anarchy. There'd be lines for bread, and we'd all be speaking Russian or Cuban, and people would die.
People are already dying because of paperwork and lack of coverage and their failure to understand the small print.
Okay, Lennon, I understand. You want to live in a socialist utopia. Fair enough. Well, I don't. I want choices. I want access. I want buzzwords. I want dreams. I want the chance to look you in the eye and say, I've got it, you haven't. I bet you wish you paid more attention in school, you little shit. Then knee you in the nuts. That dream is America. And I tell you what, man, that's a dream hard-working people all over this country want. To see their lazy neighbors die because they didn't go to work and get a job and have health care. Time to remove the teat and say, dinner's over, baby. Go buy your own pair of tits. There's a great word, a German word.
Leo? Okay, sure. I could do that, Leo. As in Leonardo DiCaprio? Or Leonardo da Vinci? Just Leo. Cool.
And say, dinner's over, baby. Go buy your own pair of tits. There's a great word, a German word, a powerful word. And that word is Schadenfreude. And that word
He's making up words to an argument.
No, that's
hear me out here. Hear me out. Schadenfreude is Steigen. The word is Schadenfreude, and that word means fuck you, loser. Fuck you. It's the American dream. Yes, I want to cuddle. I want to cuddle your wife while you're going bankrupt, chump, and that means you, Lefty.
Okay, look, this is getting out of hand. Can we get back on...
Wait. Κάποιοι έχουν άδεια, αλλά το σούπερ μάρκετ για ποιο λόγο? Okay, is it zombie apocalypse? Is it? No, sorry, it's a coronavirus apocalypse. Maybe, yeah. Care precautions and stuff. I was watching today on the news, and I mean, that's like the only thing that they're talking about on the news here. Here where I live in UK. And as precautions, I think, from what I understood, they were saying if you're sneezing to cover your mouth. Obviously that's like common sense, so I know sneezing a tissue and then throw it away and dispose it safely, and wash your hands. So washing your hands and sneezing in a tissue and throw it away, safe disposal area. So these two things, from what I understand, avoid crowded places, maybe crowded, yeah. But I think that's pretty much it. Imagine if you're like an introverted person, this is not a problem for you by far, is it? You played a bit of LOL. I'm not sure if I know that game. It's like RPG, like a strategy type of game. 4 people got sick. Okay. Okay, well, hopefully won't be too many. Then it's like, I don't know, for some reason there's it's not even like something that serious from what I understand, because there's already cure for coronavirus, and it's kept being transmitted in public, like from person to person, constantly. It's say like precaution measures. Wash your hands all the time. Use like a maybe hand sanitizer. I've got one here. Always use one. got like a really good one, even if it's from a supermarket. It's gonna take a while to appear on the screen because it's streaming. It takes like I don't know, 10 seconds delay. Has. And yeah, use hand sanitizer. Avoid crowded places. Sneezing not issue. Throw away. Be safe. Back to the podcast.
Okay, look, this is getting out of hand. Can we get back on the topic, please?
Oh, you can have my wife. I don't care.
Thank you so much. I came here to talk about how our company, Beta Pharmaceuticals, has pioneered revolutions in pediatric care. It's a pill called Ampheterate that keeps kids quiet for hours. It's yellow. That means it makes you happy. Like in our animated commercials.
It's like a tranquilize them or just put them under anesthesia.
It makes you happy. Like in our animated commercials when frowns turn to smiles. It's also good if you ever feel self-conscious or awkward or awake.
Oh, great, because I wanted to sleep till I finally died.
Okay, but Mason, I thought you were all about homeopathic care. You know, natural solutions to people's problems.
You really talk like that? Action of your bowel movements.
Right.
I am. The homeo and the pathic. Together. You need to take a daily examination. A really thorough inspection of your bowel movements. Get a fork. Go through it. Sift around. Excavate. It's really fascinating. Nothing more fascinating. People come to me and they say, I don't feel so good. I tell them, well, save your eliminations for a week and bring them in a box. I can tell you what's wrong in a second. Now, this pharmaceutical lady is really nice with her little bubble tits and would make a fine...
It's like a top medical diagnostician in seconds.
With her little bubble tits and would make a fine receptacle for my DNA juice. And that's the only reason people listen to her. But listen, you don't need a pill for everything and barely for anything.
Okay, Mason brings up a good point. This brings us to the topic of pre-existing conditions. Should you be denied insurance if you have one?
Absolutely! As an HMO, we want people to be healthy. Don't go to the doctor, don't get sick, pay your premiums on time, and everyone's happy. Why would we want to sign up sick people? If we were a sports team and we signed up sick players, people would be furious.
Our company has some fantastic athletic enhancement compounds in the works. One will double both your RBIs and your girth.
This blame the HMO's mentality isn't rational. If you're sick, why don't you harass someone who can do something about it, like God, instead of calling and harassing our call center workers? Health, Ryan. My wife and I have a 6-bedroom villa on the ocean in the Caribbean that we bring other couples to for healthy adventures. It's really all about health.
Some whales are into gay sex.
Exactly.
Look at how they swim.
Thank you. Life makes no sense when fish are gay. Back to pre-existing conditions. If your hip hurts, you should probably kill yourself. It's all over if you fall down and break it. Thank you. Life makes no sense when fish are gay. Back to pre-existing conditions. If your hip hurts, you should probably kill yourself. It's all over.
That's what our ancestors did. What our ancestors, that's what they did when something happened with their back. Too much heavy lifting, wherever they killed themselves. It's helpful for
you should probably kill
depopulation, maybe.
It's all over if you fall down and break a hip. Don't burden society or my bonus because you fell down. We mustn't become a nation of hypochondriacs. Just because you have insurance, why use it? Why should we pay just because we said we would?
Because you said you would.
What do you matter anyway? As a nation, we have to move forward, and we are obsessing about our healthcare system. I mean, come on! America fucking rules. We've got to conquer space and fight the war on terror, and you people are worrying about a stiff hip?
All about United States of America, dude.
Did you know on the space station they have to drink their own piss?
Goodness gracious.
I can't understand.
Come on, what is wrong with that? That's an interesting thing to say. I'm talking about interesting. All you people want to talk about is money and co-payments and stuff. And I just talked about swilling piss.
Disgusting.
Steaming piss. Well, what is...
We like that guy did. What's his name? Bear Grylls? Bear Grylls. I think he tried that once to survive. Would you? Drink that to survive? That's a question for you, chat. Looking forward to your answers.
Disgusting.
Steaming piss. Well, what is wrong with you people, man? No wonder you get sick. So pent up. You all need a good enema. or you might explode. That's another thing we haven't talked about. Ryan, we ain't talked about it. Euthanasia. Why are they all prostitutes? Why is everyone staring at me?
I'm going to bring this back to topic. Speaking of foreign countries, we really need to step up the war on drugs in this country.
Now, that's a good point. What do you mean by that?
Well, I'm talking about these criminals. These geezer criminals who smuggle drugs over the border so people can get them at a cheap rate and not pay a fair market price that we control. Hard medication, my ass.
Well, Sheila, a lot of people can't afford your drugs through the conventional channels, and they're forced to buy them on the black market.
Well, boo-hoo!
Boo-hoo!
Save your money. Stop buying silly things like lottery tickets, pickup trucks, or food. We have pills that can save your life, and you're whining about the cost? It makes me want to throw up. People have to take responsibility. I mean, just the other day, this woman began to freak out in front of me and clutch her chest. So I did the responsible thing. I walked away. Yes, I work in the health industry. Yes, I had a purse full of life-saving heart drug samples, but I did not know if this woman had insurance. I did not know if she was going to sue me. So I did the responsible thing, and I left it to the professionals.
Wait, so I think I missed a message. I'm not sure if you're still here. Or is it that certain not all vegans believe that animal liver are more important than human lives? What? Did they say that animal liver is more important than humans, or I'm not sure if there's a discussion about that. Sorry if I skipped that. I was probably zoning out. Sorry about that.
And I left it to the professionals.
Wow. Did you even call 911?
I left that to the professionals as well.
Well, what happened to this
Not
poor
my
woman?
problem.
Well,
someone
she
is
died.
dying.
Well, lesson. First off,
Someone is dying. She just walked away. Left everything to the professionals.
she died. Well, lesson. First off, you wouldn't be having a heart attack in the street if you had gone to the doctor the day before and requested a prescription for a pill you saw on a TV commercial but don't know what it does. What it does is irrelevant. Ask your doctor for it.
My mother had a great home remedy. Home from the home. For heart problems.
The
a few
visionary.
ordinary household items. You'll find them under the sink. Mixed together, drink, problems solved.
Bleacher.
No bureaucracy. It's like my dad. I remember him telling me, son, diabetes is a lie. And he was in great shape because he hopped around on one leg a lot. Lemons to lemonade.
Okay, I understand what
Common
you're saying.
sense.
But some people say, and when I say some people, I mean our producers. Some people say, why are HMOs making record profits while our economy is in recession? And why are the people paying more for health care than any other country?
What do you want us to do? Go out of business? Listen, it's easy. Invest. Then when our share prices go up because of the, listen to this bit, responsible way, yes, responsible way we have run our business, including sensible maintaining of lots of friends on Capitol Hill, you'll see the upside. And you want to complain because we're doing so well? What's your problem? You're still alive to moan and groan about it.
Leo, what is your opinion on what the Gaudium said? Would you agree or disagree?
What's your problem? You're still alive to moan and groan about how horrible our healthcare is.
Exactly. Pharmaceutical company profits aren't the problem. They're the solution. We need that money to fly doctors to golf retreats in the Caribbean.
Oh, man.
That's
We
good,
are
don't worry.
literally
Wasn't
saving
that
communities out there.
significant?
In the old days,
Anyway.
it was all about fishing and smoking pot, but now it's all about golf courses and other cultural things like that. All because of the money that has moved into healthcare. Do you know how much a lab monkey costs? And you end up stoning them to the tits on exciting new breakthroughs in medical science so much that they drop like flies left and right from the sheer joy. Progress ain't cheap, and you worry about costs?
Leeches cure erectile dysfunction. I use them all the time.
Okay, another good point by Mr. Mason, but let's get
Thank
to our
you.
next topic. Should we go natural in our health care?
Definitely. And we're happy to cover every...
Would you do that, chat? Would you use leeches for erectile dysfunction? If you have that kind of issues? Would you or would you not? That's the big question.
Healthcare.
Definitely. And we're happy to cover everything as long as you reach your $10,000 deductible. Isn't that great? We cover all the expenses after you've spent $10,000. We are saving you money.
Sorry.
I guess your pills ain't working, lady. Well, you know, let me tell you, the fact is, and it's a fact, drugs are killing us, man.
You people are heading towards the dark ages.
You people.
Up until the 1950s, this country was sick, diseased with worry. We helped usher in change with drugs perfect for an America coping with anxiety due to the civil rights movement. You guys want to take us back to home medicine? Please. You will kill people with your nonsense. The fact is, the only thing that makes people better is drugs, not hokum pokum.
Yeah, but isn't that interesting? Imagine, imagine for a second if it was to rely 100% on home remedies. That'll be like the best thing ever. But then, major companies and corporations will have a big problem because they won't make any sales. So that's where the problem lies. It's probably the best. I mean, it's most cases home remedies are the most indicated. Yeah, not always. I mean, obviously there's specific diseases and stuff where you can't always find a remedy for it, so you have to rely on medication, but highly indicated whenever possible.
That makes people better is drugs, not hokum pokum, not shitting in a bag and sleeping with my dad. Narcotics are what matters. Drugs, they work. Trust me, I've been on them for years.
What works
Drugs are hokum pokum. That's hokum pokum. I'm telling you the truth.
No one knows what officially is hokum pokum, and that's a fact. What works is a fully integrated spreadsheet pyramid with diagnostics at the center and patient recovery being at the top, which it always is with us here at Copay Insurance.
What matters is holistics and getting well from psilocybin colonics.
Does he have like a translator or something? Because I understand every fifth word he's saying.
He's talking about holistics.
Holistics, man.
Some of those people that need subtitles under when he's talking.
He's talking about holistics.
Holistics, man. Drilling holes. It's an ancient form of medicine. If you had a headache, people run over to you and start drilling a hole in your head. If you had a heartburn, they drill a hole in your heart. If you practice witchcraft, they drown you or burn you just to check.
Witchcraft. How many of you believe in that actually works? It's an interesting topic, actually. There's a lot of that going on in Africa, and they call it voodoo around there.
Drown you or burn you just to check. It worked for centuries.
He's talking more to himself.
Parrot, rabbit, talk about...
Yeah, he probably doesn't know that this is like for comedy purposes, a podcast for, you know, mainly entertainment and nothing serious. But it was a bit sad that he just typed in that and left. He just typed in pressed and there and left. Doesn't even wait for an opinion, because I did reply to it quite quick, but that's okay. It would have been really interesting to have a chat with him, but hopefully he'll be coming back.
Parrot, rabbit, talk about, oh, I want to make this much this year off a person who can't breathe right. Oh, I want to make that much off this doctor who is ignoring the world.
Okay, thank you, mate.
Playing golf.
You are giving me a headache.
Good, I can cure that.
Oh, that's not going to go well.
Come here. I'm getting...
Oh, hey. Smelly creep.
No, this won't hurt a bit. My dad showed me. Come here.
Okay, come on, Mr. Mason.
No, the drill bit's clean, damn it.
Let's put down
Quick
the
and
drill.
easy,
Let's think
pain-free.
about Reiki or something.
What the hell are you talking about?
Please stop.
Oh, you calm the fuck down or the pitch bitch gets it.
Okay, no problem. Hope to see you soon. Have a good one. Thanks for stopping by.
Fuck down or the pitch bitch gets it.
Please,
That's enough, Mr. Mason.
I'm a good person.
You ain't no good person. You ain't even a person, man.
I got some free samples.
Yeah, that's all you are, is a vending machine of samples.
Just don't trepanate me, please. I'll pay you.
Man, you think I want your goddamn blood money? I'm gonna free mankind of drugs that cost money.
No.
Or that you can't grow or fund on shit.
No!
Okay.
No,
Okay,
listen
now,
to what
now
I'm
calm
saying.
down. I
It's
think
you.
we've had enough.
It's
time
you're
to
the
be off.
insurance guy. One of you gets drilled. I ain't taking no for an answer.
Please leave me out of this. She's the one with the headache. I respect alternative therapies. They give false hope.
Are you kidding? I'm gonna drill the smugness right out of your third eye.
Impossible.
Drill him. He's
It'll
let
use
kids
third eye.
die. He refused a little girl a liver transplant.
Nonsense.
Oh, right, you're the
She
one,
was
you're the
too
one.
risky to save. Nonsense. She was too risky to save. Risky for third quarter
Too
earnings.
risky to save. You
Drill
gotta-
her. She kept AIDS drugs out of the hands of poor people so
I'm
that her
telling you.
CEO could buy a plane.
No, that's a lie.
Drill you.
No, that's a
No,
lie.
you.
It was a boat, not a plane.
It's
A
planes, boats,
No,
corporations,
drill him. He drives
neckties.
old
I'm
people
drilling you so
paperwork.
the stark smoke comes floating out of your skull and the demons that been controlling your life comes out of your skull. You think I'm messing around?
That's what they used to do in the Dark Ages, I think, or even earlier than that, when someone had a psychological problem. And I don't know if it's related to exorcisms or anything like that, evil thoughts, schizophrenia. But whenever there's one, I don't know, citizen or whatever, villager, you want to call them, they used to drill their heads so they can let the demons come out. I think that was called sorry, I think that was called trepanning, something like that. Might have a terminology like from Old Greek, maybe.
Comes out of your skull. You think I'm messing around?
You're not, I know you're not messing around. I tell you what, Mr. Mason, just drill them both, please. But just hurry up, because that's about all the time we have for folks this week on the pacemaker.
I'm drilling.
No, hey, that's enough.
He went through.
Yeah, guys are more blood.
From the heart of Liberty City, it's the Intelligent Agenda. Here's your host, Michael Riley.
Okay, so this is not a podcast. I think we're probably going to play another one. And I don't know, maybe take a break, or we'll see. There's a lot of people here. I wasn't expecting to see this many views. Very happy. Please feel free to interact.
Here's your host, Michael Riley.
Thank you, ladies and gentlemen. Thank you. Great show for you today. Yeah, Brandon Roberts is on the show because I'm sleeping with his publicist. It's true. Now, the whole country is talking about his campaign ads for state governor, where he calls his challenger a pedophile and brings the word harlot back into the modern lexicon. It's John Hunter, ladies and gentlemen. All right.
And now, the show that allows everyone to
Let's
vent
try
their
this one.
spleen. It's Pacemaker, the program that puts the heart back into the health industry. Here's your host, Ryan McFallon.
It's David and Goliath, but we're all David when it comes to fighting the healthcare industry. And this time, it's not a rock, it's our nuts in a sling. For thousands of years, people have treated themselves when they got sick. The wisdom was handed down from family to family, mother
Shamans.
to daughter, father to son, and sometimes while inebriated, father to daughter. But nobody talked about it. Now we have
I'm not even sure how you pronounce that. Is it shaman? One of the two, I'm sure.
father to daughter. But nobody talked about it. Now we have HMOs, co-pays, 1,000 forms to fill out, gastric bypasses, doctors that charge $30,000 to pry open your love cave with a speculum. Today on the show, from Beta Pharmaceuticals, Public Relations
Yeah, that's
Director
pretty true.
Sheila Stafford.
I mean, obviously, everyone noticed how you pay ridiculous amounts of money just for very small procedures. Some of them that you could do at home. If you're obviously, you don't encourage that or anything like that, only if you're qualified. But it's ridiculous the charges and fees that you have nowadays. Doctors, dentists, and that's just like one example. There's so many other areas where people are taking advantage and unprofessional. I don't know. What do you guys think?
Public Relations Director, Sheila Stafford.
Hi, Ryan. Great to be here. I brought you samples of some breakthrough new drugs. You look like you really need them.
Okay, thanks.
Did you hear
And
this one?
representing the largest HMO in the nation.
From the heart of Liberty City, it's the Intelligent Agenda. Here's your host, Michael Riley.
Thank you, ladies and gentlemen. Thank you. Great show for you today. Yeah, Brandon Roberts is on the show because I'm sleeping with his publicist. It's true.
She-
Now, the whole country
It's the
is
same one,
talking about
David.
his campaign ads for state governor, where he calls his challenger a pedophile and brings the word harlot back into the modern lexicon. It's John Hunter, ladies and gentlemen. All right.
Yeah, I think we heard that.
11-year-olds.
Now, for the seance.
Let's listen to this one then.
Hello, my name's Beatrix Fontaine from Hungary. In a past life we were lovers.
Some type of Dr. Love from Hungary.
Hungary. In a past life we were lovers. But then you already knew that, yes? Welcome to this seance.
Yes, because we're all mediums here.
Believe. It's real. Everything you know is a lie, and the things you don't know are all true. Confused? Confusion is the same thing
Confused.com.
as knowledge, if you look at it backwards. This is the space-time continuum. I want you to be honest with yourself, just yourself and me. Was there ever a time you really wanted something and it didn't work out quite as you imagined? Or have you ever been
No,
in a
never happened to me.
relationship or professional situation that did not work out perfectly? Or possibly a feeling
no.
in your stomach that something is about to go wrong, and then it does. I know what you're wondering. How does she know all these things about me? Well, the fact is, I have gift. A gift I learned roaming the streets of Eastern Europe, having lots of kids, and earning money by dancing and playing the violin. You see, I can
Free spirit.
divine the magical powers of the stars and numbers like pi, read the wind and the tides to tell the future. I know skeptics scoff, but that is why they live such shallow and loveless lives and often end up dying. Whereas I'm immortal, more or less. Don't let science blind you with stem cells. There is a sixth sense and a third eye, cells you don't even know about, and I have both. Let's go to the spirit line. 212-360-2367. Hello?
Hey, Beatrix, I listened to your show on the old station before you got thrown off. I am so glad you're back. I wanted to ask you
Wait, where was she thrown out? We'd love to know that.
so glad you're
What
back.
happened?
I wanted to ask you about my boyfriend.
Don't tell me. I can feel a very powerful force. Even before you spoke, I knew you were a woman with relationship troubles. Is your boyfriend the source of the trouble?
Well, he,
Don't tell me. I'm hearing things from the spirit world. You are too loud. No, there it goes. It's going really quiet. What's your name, dearie? Don't tell me. It's a girl's name. It begins with a letter. It's not Rosa, is it?
No, it's Martina.
I knew it was not Rosa.
highly
This was the
skilled.
name of the peasant woman who stole my first child. Close, Martina. That was my next guess. The spirits were telling me both. No, wait. Martina. In a past life, you were called Rosa. That's where that was coming from. Oh, my God. Oh, my God. You led a powerful army. You were a great woman. I see breastplates of gold shining as you march into battle. That's amazing.
Really?
Absolutely. You saved a civilization that were worshipped as a god. There are statues of you in Tasmania, covered in pigeon shit. There is a man with bad teeth and dirty hair who has just urinated on you. I think you always sort of knew this. No, wait. The spirit world is fading. I'm going to hazard a guess. Your great-great-grandmother is dead.
Yes? How did you know?
I am just a mouthpiece, dearie. The spirits speak through me. She's telling me
channeling.
something about diamonds and true love.
Transcendence.
He's gonna wear lots of diamonds. You're kidding me. A rapper? Well, that's great.
No, it's going faint.
What? No!
Have you got another credit card? The spirit world is telling me her first card bounced.
No, please,
Good
Tell
to
me about
establish
true
connection
love.
again.
And the guy with the diamonds. Is it Tony McTony?
I'd love to, dearie, but spirit dollars are devalued these days due to the war on terror. Besides, immortal worlds need to earn some paper.
Okay, it's Lisa. 4135-9808-5665-1234. Expiration date 1108.
Great. We'll keep that very secure. Yes. The ghost world is telling me that's approved for up to $500. Now, $500 sounds like a lot of money, but apparently this true love guy has a lot of diamonds. I doubt 500 means a lot to him or to you once you meet him and fall in love.
No. It doesn't mean anything. Spend the lot. Go for it. How do I meet him?
Wait, I'm getting something. You will meet him online. You should join an online dating service. Sleep with many men. Therein lies your prince.
That's great. Well, but what about my current boyfriend?
He's not for you. His name? Albert?
No, it's Richard.
Yes, you're right. Thank you.
That's where I
He had
met.
a brother called Albert. A brother he doesn't know about. This explains why his life will be marred by failure.
Oh, that's horrible. How can you tell?
That's all we've got time for, dearie.
What? No.
You're out of good luck. Enjoy the diamonds. Remember, please call. If you want to get on the seance, have a credit card handy. You can be happy. You will be. It's so close. A transaction away. 212-360-2367. Who's on the line? Hello, dearie. This is the seance. But then, we already knew it.
Yeah, hi. I'm having trouble at work.
I knew that. You're not a gondolier, are you?
No.
I knew that. I had a hunch. It was like a
Why is she
ghostly
asking if she
force
knew that
telling
then?
me this man living in Liberty City does not propel a gondola for a living. Am I right?
Yeah, Beatrix.
It's not me, dearie. It's the gift. It was given to me
Spirits.
as an STD at a pool hall in Bulgaria, and I've been rail thin and hallucinating ever since. But I am now just in the passageway between one world and the next, yelling answers back and forth. Do you understand? Probably not. Some of you will hear good news. Some of you will hear bad news. All of you will hear the truth.
So the guys at work think it's ridiculous because I listen to your show. We'll be installing sheetrock and they'll be like, turn that dingy bitch off.
The guys. There's 3 of them, isn't there?
No, there's about 11 of them.
I knew it. To ancient Egyptians, the number 3 was the number 11. In the same way as the French word for spirit also means avocado.
Because different language. In French, whatever she said, in French that means 3 means 11.
French word
Okay.
for spirit also means avocado. Did you know that?
No, I don't quite understand. I really have never been to Egypt.
Cados.
Please, don't bring science into it. Doubters doubt everything. Personally, I'd rather know. Which would you
Yeah.
rather be, Bob?
It's terrible to be a skeptic. Make sure don't bring science into this, will ruin the whole thing.
Personally, I'd rather know. Which would you rather be, Bob? It is Bob, isn't it?
No, it's Michael.
Exactly. That was a trick question. You were named after Saint Michael.
No, I was named after my uncle who died, Uncle Mike.
I'm talking to him right now, Michael. He's visiting from the spirit world.
He's visiting, he just wants to say, hi, what's up?
He's visiting from the spirit world. He was a saint. He's telling me he's very proud of you. He's saying you're a great and powerful man, only you don't know it yet. He's saying the struggles you are going through at work are exactly the same struggles he went through when fighting the Moors.
Uncle Mike fought the Moors? I thought he was in construction. He was a bit racist.
He was, you're right. But before he was in construction, he fought the Moors on horseback.
Wow, he rode a horse? But I thought Uncle Mike died of a heart attack real young because he was real fat.
That's what you were told, Michael, to protect.
Okay, so I just wanted to say again that if you guys have any topics that you'd like to talk about, or I don't know, anything that bothers you, any complaints that you'd like to make, if you've been treated unfairly by companies, or I don't know, just anything, banks, internet providers, just anything, feel free to tell me. We can have a discussion about it.
That's what you were told, Michael, to protect you from the truth. He and your mother loved each other very much. And you are the result of a very unique family union and bond that people don't talk about.
So his uncle and his mother, so it's like incest going on. What?
Bond that people don't talk about. Wait, your uncle is telling me something. Wait.
Need to charge again.
He's telling me you're the chosen one.
Oh, wow.
Yes, and he's telling me you've got a great quest. Only he doesn't know what it is yet. He's telling me you should call my premium rate number every day until we can find out what it is. He's telling me it's very important you do this every day. You do that, Michael.
Well,
Michael, it's very important. He's telling me the future of the world depends on it.
Uncle Michael.
This is incredible.
I'm just the vehicle, the cosmic bus. Like the buses on the dirty roads of Bulgaria, where you can lay in the road and brain tourists. It's your life, Michael. Live it. If you take one thing away, take that. It's important. Wait, the spirit gate has closed. Please call the line. Don't let your future happen without knowing about it first, or it may just become your past. Think about that. This is the seance.
Wow. It feels like Sunday morning all the time on Public Liberty Radio. Public radio that sips overpriced coffee and cries for the world. All the way to the left side of your radio dial. It's PLR. Public Liberty Radio.
Okay, you are back. You have joined. Turn out the lights. Get to your quiet place. Then call. Join the seance.
Hi, my name is Candy.
I knew that, dearie. I was told. We made love in Mauritania once. I was a swan. Let me guess. Of course, it's not a real guess. It's forces beyond our comprehension speaking through me. But let me guess. You're a Virgo this time, right?
No, a Gemini.
That's what they told you. I know. But you have Virgo rising.
No, actually, I think I have Libra rising.
I know, but I'm not looking at simplistic, superficial astrology. Anyone can do that. I'm looking deeper into the cosmos, behind Libra, tucked away next to the neutron star. To the left of Virgo, too, was the Virgin. It was also rising. And it is this conflict between the scales, the twins, and the dreaded Virgin and the tax collector. It is this conflict that is tearing you apart. This is why sometimes you feel deep melancholy and heart-piercing grief, and why you seek solace in strangers, right? I bet you did not know that.
No, I thought it was because I had a troubled childhood.
Of course you did. Your parents did not understand you. How could they, Candy?
They tried, but I was...
They were aliens. And you're an alien hunter who had her memory wiped, and you keep having a dream where an alien fetus crawls out of your stomach.
So the aliens made the alien hunter together? How did that happen?
That's the whole point. I'm speaking to the cosmos right now. Hello?
Is it me you're looking for?
It is telling...
Hello from the other side. I don't have a brilliant voice. I know that. Very similar.
It is telling me everything is going to be okay. As long as you buy and read my book very carefully. Will you do that?
Sure.
But wait. Nothing. Rather than waste decades into training and meditating to speak to the other side, you can now take a shortcut right out of your online bank account. Hold on. It's telling me something. It's telling your luck will change if you spread knowledge. Buy 20 copies of my book. It's a clear message I'm getting from the depths of a different dimension. Will you do that? I'm sorry. We must have a bad connection. Interference with the spirit world happens. Are you ready to descend into the realms of Hades?
Same business.
I was there this morning. I have studied everything. Greece, Cyprus, Lipari, ancient religions, chaotic pasts, sex magic where you strangle the person afterwards. Fantastic! It answers really important questions. The number is 212-360-2367. Hello, line 4. You have 5 minutes.
Make
The
sure you call
meter is
that chat.
running.
Yeah.
Have any
Beatrix
problems?
Fontaine, tell me why I should have to pay for advice. It's insulting. If you've got a gift, you should share it for free.
My. You've become quite a little firebrand since running that tavern in Krakow 500 years ago.
Really?
This is the time for that need.
Tell me.
Yes, you're in the tavern. It is in Krakow. Yes, I am seeing it happen. You're wiping the bar with a rag and... Do you remember a fat man?
I don't know.
You and the fat man are having an argument in the tavern. Oh no! A woman leaves quickly, shouting. I'm seeing it very vividly as if it were happening right in front of me. He's screaming. You're screaming. I hate you. I hate you. It's in Polish, but the spirit world has translated it for me. Have you ever hated someone?
Yeah.
I knew this like the hand of my back. You have loved someone you hated. You have conflicting feelings.
I bet none of them
Oh,
they're
no.
Polish.
You are holding the man in a headlock. You are enraged.
Fucking A. Am I gonna kill him?
You are about to smash his head on the bar.
Awesome. What next?
Now you are holding his head in your hands.
Finally some
Now
adrenaline.
you are kissing him.
What?
Yes, you are kissing him with the tongue now.
They're
He's grabbing your
fighting.
long hair, shoving his tongue deep inside your mouth. You are really enjoying this. The passion is exploding. Your hand is reaching for his groin.
Oh, God. No way. No fucking way.
The abyss does not lie.
too
Now
much.
he has his hand down your trousers. You are very engorged. You have done this before. You know it is wrong, but you cannot
pro.
help yourself.
Oh, my God, no.
Oh, yes. You are about to take it from the big man now. Ugh. Oh, my goodness.
shit.
Oh, my goodness. I must turn the spirit world off. You have a girlfriend?
Yes. Yes, I do. Oh, shit. This is awful.
This, of course, I know. I ask the questions to eat up time. Listen, you will break up with her tonight. Tell her about the fat man and the tavern and the passion and his enormous hog 500 years ago. Tell her all of this is true. And if she no believe, tell her to call Beatrix Fontaine. Your time is up. The cosmic wind has blown you back into the moat where you swim in sewage of the time stream, yes? The mouth is a graveyard for many animals, and their spirits sometimes want to talk. But if you want to talk, you need a credit card to talk. Hello, darling.
That's already how the spiritual work. The spiritual world
dearie.
works.
I have a connection. I dial up, authenticate with the spirit world, and spirit dollars go into the account. Then they go to an offshore spirit world where it's always warm. Wait, I am seeing two
Offshore
eyes.
savings.
You had a teddy bear or a doll or a toy or something when you were younger? It meant a lot to you, yes?
No, yes, a teddy bear. I quite liked it.
You carried this teddy bear around to show people where the bad woman touched you.
I don't think so.
No, you don't think so because you are living a terrible lie. Even you do not know. This is because you are a man. You are a man, and inside your spirit is very upset that you were circumcised. And you have been trying to go back to that day.
This is absurd. I'm not a man. I have breasts.
You are self-conscious about these breasts?
Well, yeah.
You see, you now see because I see. This is not absurd. It is absurd because it has not happened yet. Is tomorrow absurd? Do not scoff at the future. It will be your past today, not tomorrow. You will be a man. I want you to enter an altered state tonight, and all will begin to come into focus. Go to a biker bar, take some ecstasy, and all will become clear. Do not doubt me. I am licensed.
That's how you become lucid.
Ah, I'm sorry. The spirit world is growing dark. Whether you are a child of the night or running in a nocturnal
stop
circle,
the
or
payments.
even if men are around you in a circle right now, remember, I can read minds. I know you want to call me. The price is irrelevant. What is the price of knowing the future? Of understanding the past? Priceless. Sometimes telling your fortune will cost a fortune. This is Beatrix Fontaine, gifted mystic with a special gift.
Okay.
Blessings to you.
Let's see this.
See you in the spirit.
WKTT, because democracy is worth suppressing rights for.
WKTT 1066. Celebrities are what matters in America, and we watch their every move. It's time for Fizz.
It's Fizz time, everybody! The celebrity show that puts the lobotomy back on the cultural agenda. I'm Jane Labrador, and I'm joined as ever by Marcel Lemieux and Jeffron James. And boy, have we got a freshly stuffed show for you today.
That's right. Lie on your stomach and bite your pillow, America. Let's find out what's happening in this crazy world of unceasing celebrity banality.
Let's get down and dirty. Dragon Brain, the movie billed as more CGI, less story, is sending America dragon crazy.
Now, here is a movie only fat trolls from the suburbs could enjoy. A bunch of pale, inbred, religious wackos running around in leather clothing, hitting each other with pointy sticks.
What are you talking about? It's fantastic. I can't wait till it comes out in high def so you can see every tear in his tunic as the orcs try to mate with Lord Absentinos.
We wanted to speak to the star of the show, Clive Letter, but unfortunately, his publicist says his penchant for DWIs has him very busy pretending to console the family of the father he killed. Instead, we've got Dragon Brain child star Christopher Tibbets, who played William of Mamory in the film. Here's a piece.
Lord Absentinos, I've never even touched a girl's bottom. Your sword is enormous.
That's powerful stuff.
I'm sure loads of what's going on there.
While doing this film, I learned how to be a self-absorbed and materialistic prick, and the director taught me how to roll a joint.
Christopher, your life must be really exciting right now. Just starting to figure out if you like girls or boys.
Oh, it is. I've got a bunch of new Vinewood friends, and I get to wear sunglasses indoors. Plus, I've started doing
like a proper douche.
What is your favorite memory from the set of Dragon Brain?
Oh, it was great. Between takes, Arwen McBardvine, who played the wizard, he'd take me back to his trailer. He performed spells on his trousers and made them grow.
He is so cute. I could just eat him up.
Yeah, eat him up, because there's nothing more appetizing than a tween with a drug problem and a massive ego.
That
What a
background
dick.
Also,
song
we spoke with Magellan. Now,
sounds
you may
familiar.
remember Magellan from the 80s. His European synth rock was very popular for a while, and now he's planning a comeback.
Good to see you, Magellan. I used to love your records.
Why, of course you did. You're only a human being.
And now you're making a comeback.
Yeah,
it's
Magellan
just
wants to
I
set
mean,
the record straight.
Because they enjoy. A lot of them didn't make it. I'd suggest
Gervais.
dresses, and I'm not going to judge anyone. And if most people were to hide in a tree taking pictures of topless women on a beach, they'd be arrested. But if you go, no, it's all right. It's for a newspaper. It's my job. They go, oh, go on then. Spy on all the women you like. You're not a pervert. You're working for a newspaper.
What shows do you like on American TV?
I like America's Next Top Hooker. That's good. I like The Serrated Edge.
That's just a show selling
America's
knives.
Next
Yeah,
Top
they're all
Hooker.
different, aren't they? You can't have too many knives.
What do you think about the tragic DWI arrest of Chloe Parker?
She's gone through enough, hasn't she? She's going to jail now. She's had a hard life. She's suffered like Mandela, and now it's time for us to try and get her out and make her a leader.
What a great interview. I just love British men. That's all we have time for. But remember,
If a celeb shows their crack,
Or smokes it.
you'll find out first on Fizz.
Okay, next one.
WKTT 1066. Because now that the Cold War is over, it's time to fight with ourselves.
From Vinewood to Liberty City, if a celeb shits, eats, or snorts it, Fizz is there.
Hi, welcome to this edition of Fizz. The entertainment and celebrity scene is buzzing like an overdose celebutante. I'm Jane Labrador, and I'm joined as ever by our celebrity expert, experts, Marcel Lemieux.
Jade, it's a tabulous week. I have got so much dirt to share.
Woo! And Jeffron James, who is here to make fun of all the people we can't.
What's up, people?
Liberty City's entertainment scene has been hotter than a Baghdad barbecue. We've had a couple of big-name casualties on Star Junction. Gloria Unsworth was singing her menopause blues away in the musical Middle Age until she had a heart blast when it was canceled this week.
That's right, Jane. The show has failed to reach
something.
45 performances, that is. Who wants to hear anything about the horrors of aging? Listen to this.
I'm 40 and no
Wings on the stage.
Oh, that's revolting. I hate life without an airbrush.
Pick your face up. It's something called surgery. Nip tuck, get some work done on your funky fat thighs. This is the entertainment industry.
Good advice.
Also, tourists in Liberty City are complaining about indecent performances at a local night spot. The Perestroika Club in Hove Beach is home to a wide range of vaudeville performances and has outraged patrons with both the quality and violent content of its acts.
Oh, these rotten, dirty Ruskies. They're just taking over the entertainment industry in this town. First the strippers,
Let's try something that's not
and
too
now
funny.
they want the theater.
Thank God we still have Fleet Week.
You do realize you're a stereotype.
I am not. I am an individual. There's no other entertainment commentator who's camp, sassy, and bitchy. Leave me alone has been.
Boys, please. Magicians, singers, jugglers, and more are part of the vaudeville performances at the Perestroika Club. The Master of Ceremonies had this to say.
We have best entertainment in the whole of the city. You don't like real cabaret entertainment? Don't come. You offended by men throwing knives at ex-girlfriend? Don't come.
Shit, the point, don't like it, don't come.
Ex-girlfriend? Don't come. Some nights we have cold, other night trash a woman, drink too much, sings about her stepfather and sex change. It's a good time.
Juggling, spousal abuse, magic, people bursting into song, sex changes. Sounds just like a night at my parents' house.
I would love to get paid to throw knives at bitches. I would be a bitch knife act throwing motherfucker.
And more on the terrible tragedy.
Ah, that's right. We haven't had a paparazzi beaver shot for weeks. It's a catastrophe for our ratings.
Thank God. If I have to see Jill Van Krastenberg's chapped and cracked chimp lips on the internet one more time, I'll be back in therapy.
Actually, no. What we're talking about is the death of actor Wayne Tierson, who died a few weeks ago, but whose death has got great ratings and web hits.
Oh, yes.
All
Tierson
about
was
ratings.
found dead in a Las Venturas brothel, and Vinewood is struggling to come to terms with their loss. Shock. Mourning. This is a tragic blow to the entertainment industry, and one we here at Fizz are determined to help stretch out.
Aw, there. It's terrible. I feel your pain. A 20-year-old millionaire dying of too many lap dances and too many drugs. It's a real tragedy.
Okay, let's try this one.
KTT 1066. Because the liberal media wants to give your country to an illegal immigrant. WKTT. We know the truth.
Conservatives finally have a real voice on the radio. It's the Richard Bastian Show.
This country's going to hell. Ever since we let those damn Australians back in this country, everything has gone to shit. What the hell did we go to...
Wait, I've got an idea. I'm going to try and use a type of BRB screen. Let's see if this works. this for now. Let's get back to our podcast here.
Everything has gone to shit. What the hell did we go to war with them for in the first place?
I'll tell you why. We did it for freedom and for valuable munitions contracts.
They're sick, degenerate folks known as furries that dress up in their cute little bunny suits with holes cut in them for their penises to stick out, and they pound each other's heinies, making weird-ass animal noises.
Yeah, but do you hear what public television has brought to America? Do you hear what's happened to the children? Heine pounding.
Saving America from itself. It's the Richard Bastion Show.
All right, America, we're back. We're back here. Bastion's buddies salute. At ease. Today on the show, we're going to talk about why America is number one. Okay, without further ado, let's do what this show is all about and hit the phone lines. You're the people that make the show. All I do is make the money and spend it on facefuls of pharmaceuticals until I go deaf. Hello, caller.
I just wanted to call in and say that I absolutely love the show.
Well, I absolutely love that you think that, okay? Now you want to talk about what makes America number one, huh?
We have a completely incompetent buffoon for a leader. We drive outrageously large, gas-guzzling Maibatsu monstrosities.
I know. Isn't it? It's fantastic, isn't it? What we've been given from our forefathers is the freedom from thought. That, for my money, is real freedom. Knowing you're always right. That's real freedom. It's like life is a party that's never going to end. And you're not hosting that party. You're just there so you can... You're always... It's fantastic, isn't it? What we've been given...
Freedom from thought. So, how is that related to the other thing that you said?
Isn't it? It's fantastic, isn't it?
That means that you're always right. I think it's what?
I know. Isn't it? It's fantastic, isn't it? What we've been given from our forefathers is the freedom from thought. That, from my money.
It's interesting because they used to be like a documentary or something. I don't know where I've seen this, but there's that thing that was saying about America that is so freedom from thought, like in a sense that you have the right to be silly, not to have any opinions or anything like that, because it's like the most controlled and under supervision nation. Do you guys disagree? Let me know your opinions in chat.
Freedom from thought. That, for my money, is real freedom. Knowing you're always right. That's real freedom. It's like life is a party that's never gonna end. And you're not hosting that party, you're just there, so you...
Isn't that interesting how we always think that we're right? There's very few people that actually wonder if maybe... I mean, I'm not that knowledgeable, maybe I'm not 100% correct, or I don't know. So very few people actually wonder that. You guys noticed
you're
that?
Not hosting that party. You're just there, so you can go take a dump on the coats. You can leave your beer bottle in the toilet if you want. It doesn't matter. It's not your house. Okay, we're just here to have a good time. Now this is unless we make a serious mistake in the election. Think about it. You can't expect someone with no backbone to police the world. And that's what these liberals don't seem to understand. It's very clear. Drinking is a sin. Laying is a sin. Fisting? That's a mortal sin. And the trannies, well, don't even get me started on the trannies. It's science run amok, okay? It's very confusing. I'm looking at a woman, I'm talking to a woman, I see the woman's penis, now I'm confused. I don't know what's going on. The government is turning into a confused transgender prostitute. I mean, it really is. They don't know who to serve. You feel terrible afterwards. You have an overwhelming feeling that everything in your life is horribly wrong. Yes, it feels good while you're doing it. Yes, you're making him, her feel good. But still, it's wrong. Julie on line 1.
I'm totally with you, Richard. I feel like there's a full assault on our values. We need to prepare our own counter-assault. I mean, I'm a good person with good values. I think we should just go after anyone who doesn't agree with me or celebrate my holidays.
Julie, you're totally right. I mean, the minority agenda, the midget agenda. Every idiot in this country has a damn agenda. What about my agenda? You know what that is? America. It is up to us, Bastion's buddies, to tell people what they can do. Because if not, they're going to live like heathens. Left to their own devices, they're going to eat their own shit. You know, they're going to have sex with their daughters. We got to tell them what to do and what to listen to. Otherwise, we're going to be screwed. We're going to be screwed. We want order, America. Do you hear me? We want order.
Well, I'm ready to take the Bastion's Buddies pledge.
Okay, well then, all you gotta do right now, Julie, I need you to raise your right hand. Okay, I'm getting another Buddies pledge, and it's abstinence. Okay, now what is that? It's doing nothing. Now, you're good at doing nothing, right, Julie?
Yeah, I'm totally frigid.
That's great. That's great. Abstinence from sexual activity, it builds up hormones. Okay, listen to me. This is science. This is me using science for good. Abstinence builds up hormones. Abstaining for a long time produces a euphoric feeling, okay? It is nature's antidepressant. Say it. I will not come onto men. Say it with me. I will not come onto men, and sodomy is a sin, even if I crave it. Okay, good. Now, I take that pledge every morning. When I wake up, I look in the mirror, okay? You know, after I get done doing my facial scrub, and then, you know, I put some toner on my face. But after that, I say that pledge. It's great for strength and purity of our nation. There are no better ways to serve your country apart from one, and it involves taking out museums and inappropriate health facilities. If we're going to stay pure out there and focus on turning this country into an aggressive and limited access paradise, then listeners, you're going to need to start by avoiding romance novels, any machinery that vibrates, hand soap, baby oil, baby soap, hand oil, the internet, okay? Jumper cables, what are the trampolines? All right, trampolines, you get a young lady on a trampoline and her boobs start bouncing, or you get a well-endowed man and his package is bouncing all over. You're going to start thinking, well, there's more to life than shutting up, and that's not what is true. It's that simple. Next caller. What's wrong with this country?
We don't have enough mascots.
You know, okay, that is true. This is so true. Kids, the children of America, need to look up to people like Derek the Dodo, and not some liberal puppet on public television teaching you how to count. Okay, you know, there's only 3 numbers I care about, and that is 3, 2, 1, launch. All right, and that is what I like to hear right before we send a missile cock into some asshole country's mouth. All right. Now, if I need my kids to be taught tolerance, you know, sometimes, which is a dirty word in my household, tolerance, but I'll tolerate them fighting. Okay, that is what I'll tolerate. I don't need them to learn about life from puppets. Okay, you don't learn anything from anybody that likes having a hand put up their ass. All right, the only puppet I like is the president.
I have a great idea, and I've tried it at home. It works. I have 4 wonderful dogs.
What do you guys think? Are the presidents the best puppets in the world or not? That's the main topic of discussion. Let's do that. They're free to do whatever they want. Sorry about that. They make any decisions on their own? What do you guys think? So, yes, are presidents puppets, or they have the freedom to do whatever they want? What do you guys think? Pretty sure you've seen some interesting documentaries out there. Conspiracies. Any of you believe any of them? Think there's any solid evidence supporting them? Please let me know.
I've tried it it at home, it works. I have 4 wonderful, darling babies.
4 babies! Well, you hear that, America? Another of Bastion's buddies making little soldiers to fight this culture war. That's great.
My babies are cats.
Wait, cats?
I've named them after patriarchal influences. I'm drawing my inspiration from my kitties.
Oh, okay, nobody...
She has like the best voice ever, most relaxing and funniest voice.
Drawing my inspiration from my kitties.
Oh, okay, nobody wants to hear about your stupid, useless pussies. God, you know, what has happened to radio? I mean, to this city, to this world. I cannot wait to be judged, because I'm going to be okay. I already know that. I know that because I have secrets that I keep within me, okay? And if you keep them bottled inside of you, then you get to release them in heaven. Because right now on this earth, my secrets are the only thing that keep me on heaven's path. Now, most of you a lot of you are screwed, and rightfully so. Okay, we've gotten into the PC mode of like, you know, hey, we're all the same, we're all equal, man. Hey, women can do anything that men can do. You know, even have Adam's apples. Yeah, you know, right? Yeah, sure. BS, okay? I don't shop uncontrollably, okay? If I bleed for 7 days, I die. Okay? You know, I can drive a car for more than 30 minutes without hitting something. Okay, that's the difference. Next caller.
First of all, I'd just like to say I love this show. You know, it's great. You're doing a good job for this city.
Thank you. Thank you. I agree completely. Get to the point.
Where the hell
It's even debatable.
these liberal fascists get off trying to censor pornography?
Okay, now listen. Put your head up to your radio so I can vibrate some sense into that thick head of yours. We need to know who is reading and watching what in order to keep the terrorists out and protect our morality. That's all that's going on. I mean, mood-altering candles lead to heavy petting. Okay? Don't pet me.
Heavy petting.
I don't want to be pet. All right? I'm not a cat. All right? Now, you know what I say? We're not even supposed to be having sex. No. Keep it out of my butt. All right, with the nonsense on TV in this country, like, you know, like that liberal, Jeremy Simons, filling women's heads with all these irrational expectations about masculinity, you know, we're all going to be in trouble. You know, here, listen, my wife has never had one of those so-called female orgasms, and she's very, very, very happy. You know, she works out a couple times a day with her trainer, and she's getting very, very good at tennis. Okay, now we have our faith. That's where our orgasms come from. That's where we get off from praying. All right? This life is meant to be shit so that the next one is good. You gotta have your valleys to appreciate the peaks. You know, it's like an orgy with virgins. You know, I mean, it sounds like a good idea. Then you get in there and you're kind of like, no, don't put that there. Put that, you know, anyway, you get my point. You know, I'm a man who believes in the American dream. I really do. And that dream is I'm in charge, and if you don't like what I'm saying, then I'm going to make a wisecrack and drop a bomb on you. That's it. That for me is the American dream, okay? And then maybe get a country artist to sing a song about it and then have me walking around in slow motion. That's the fully realized dream. You know, then you can maybe make a movie about me doing that, and we can do action figurines, and then myself making a movie about blowing the shit out of you while I make a wisecrack. Yeah, I mean, the dream is endless, truly, and that's the beauty of America, is I'm allowed to dream. That's the dream. Don't complain to me that you come over here and that all you get are the janitor jobs.
Most countries are not.
Don't complain to me about that. Just pick up my shit and walk out of the room. Don't stand in here awkwardly. Don't try to make eye contact with me. Okay? Don't talk to me. Don't ask about the pictures of my kids. Okay? America, we don't want to pick up our trash. Okay? We don't want to do that, and we don't want to sweat. All right, now we'll be right here in the air conditioning, watching the news, and stewing over people like you who are trying to break into our houses. And trust me, you come into my house, buddy, you know, there's going to be you're going to be in store for a little double-barrel surprise, okay? I will take you, and I will shoot a hole in you, and then I will torture you and your family for freedom. That's about all the time we have. Remember, Bastion's buddies, we are right. We will see you next time on The Richard Bastion Show.
WKTT 1066. Because the liberal media wants to.
WKTT. Because in the war on terror, it's kill or be killed.
WKTT 1066.
conservative talk show in America. He's America's anchorman. The conservative captain of the good ship Freedom Isn't Free, proving we can shout down any dissenting voices.
I'm so glad
It's
you're
the
back.
Richard Bastion Show.
Isn't that like the title of a movie as well? Save Leopold, to remember that. So glad you're back.
It's the Richard Bastion Show.
I think more and more people need to stop breastfeeding in public.
Absolutely. You know, breasts are filthy.
How are you? You good? Did you get there safe? Did you look at the task that you got completed for today? Anything interesting to do?
Absolutely. You know, breasts are filthy. Cover them up, okay? Don't make me pull out my boot knife and give you a mastectomy.
America is too concerned with birth control. We need to be making babies. We need to catch up with the Chinese.
I'm with you. You know, we've got to monitor people's email. We got to outlaw all the wrong religions, okay? Because that way we can finally be free in this country.
This is the continued pussification of America. It's not okay for men to be hugging each other and crying and talking about their feelings.
You know what? I disagree. I say feel, but feel with your fists, all right? Right there, the hammers that God gave you on the end of your arms, okay? Are you with me, Bastion's buddies?
And now, here's the man himself, Richard Bastion.
All right, thanks for joining me, Bastion's buddies, here and on 1,400 radio stations worldwide. Welcome to the show. Now, today we're talking about family values on the program, and I'll tell you right now, I'm married to two women. My wife, my lovely, lovely wife with her beautiful hair and pretty face. The second person I'm married to, America. Now, here's my thing. I won't go down south on either. Why? Because
Don't go south. That's sad. You should. More often. Yeah, maybe. I'm not sure. Might be right.
go down south on either. Why? Because it does not help with populating this great country with real Americans. It's about pleasure, not procreation, and that is pointless. Okay, now if you can't alliterate a real idea, it's too complicated, and I will not blind you with science. Now
I think we're going to stream for another maybe 10-20 minutes, and that should be it for today. Hope you're having fun. Hopefully this is interesting enough for you.
And I will not blind you with science. now I know why bigamy is illegal in most states. It's tough. It's tough serving two women. In my line of work, you need to be able to sing the national anthem or a
Signal was not really a woman,
show
was it?
tune with equal amounts of enthusiasm. But remember, I ain't just whistling Dixie, because nobody likes a whistler or a whistleblower. You know, it's like when you see two people kiss in public, or especially ugly people. Good Lord, keep it to yourself, folks, okay? Put the tongues back in their bags. I don't want to see it. You know, you keep traditional values, traditions. There aren't too many of them around anymore, so we better fight for the few we got left. All right, let me tell you, I love my country. I would love to tongue kiss the Statue of Happiness. You know, just reach my hand underneath that big smock she's wearing.
Is that interesting how there's I don't know if it's a fact or not, but it's just interesting how there's very few patriotic people out there. Parliamentarians, like people in higher functions, like patriotism is out the window. What do you think?
Just reach my hand underneath that big smock she's wearing and just give her a nice freedom squeeze. Let's go to the phones. You're through to me, Richard Bastion.
Hi, Ricky. I'm a Bastion buddy. I've got a problem with what this country's become. Nobody gives a shit about holidays anymore. On Memorial Day, they don't remember the troops. They're shit-faced on pills and vodka at a sofa sale at the mall. And July 4th, they just want to get drunk for 3 days straight and blow shit up. What's wrong with slaughtering the British like we used to?
What are you talking about? There are a lot of great traditions left, like hating open-minded liberals and spreading unsubstantiated slurs about them. Okay? Now, on Independence Day, you know, I like to find a nice Indian casino and celebrate by trying to steal their shit again. That's what I'm into. Traditional values. Kim, on line 2.
You know what really concerns me about America? The educational system. First of all, the liberals are making our children learn things like geography. Who cares where the terrorists come from? If our children know about other countries, there's less time spent teaching them about American superiority. You don't need geography to kill terrorists.
If I had all the time in the world that I've wasted on explaining things to women. Here, let me explain something to you, all right? Public education is another lie. Okay, you see it in the bunk they're teaching as science. Now, science is good when it teaches you how to turn a million ungrateful foreigners into glass. That I'm giving a thumbs up to, okay? That's a great discovery. But don't tell me that anything that I do causes a problem. I don't want to hear that, because you're the problem. You know why? Because this is the land of the free, not the land of the free lunches for minorities. Okay? I don't care if they are the ones serving it. They shouldn't get it for free. Okay, we've got a live terror sighting. Hello, you're on the Richard Bastion Show.
I'm on the train, and I see a guy who's a terrorist. This guy's really suspicious.
Okay, good. What's he doing?
He's sitting there reading some religious shit.
Okay, now how can you tell this shit's religious? What is it? What's going on with it?
I'm sure it is. It's in a different fucking language. It's Spanish or something.
Well, that is a sure sign. Okay, now what you're sitting across from right there is Al Conqueso. They're Spanish terrorists, the worst kind. Okay, they're already infiltrated into all our shitty jobs. You know, you see them outside, you know, at various hardware stores waiting to just the next strike, okay? They are the most dangerous of all. I cannot stress that enough. Now you know what you have to do, don't you?
I sure do. I'm armed 24/7. We're on a train. There's kids everywhere. Time to let fly with some bullets to see what this bastard is all about. Dude, thanks a lot, Richard. Eat lead, you El Conqueso motherfucker.
Wow.
That's great. Perfect. Now that is a true American. You know, I just want to give that man a heart stopper from Burger Shot, shove a slice of apple pie up his ass, and salute that guy. That son of a gun loves America. You see, Bastion's buddies, we're everywhere, and we're all about keeping this country safe. Next caller.
You're always going on and on about Homeland Security and executing slow people. But I mean, I don't really care about the issues. I've got a lot of guns and a pretty impressive penis.
Well, you know, I think that's all you really need. You know, that's the dream the liberal media is taking away from us. Now you got to trust me here. I've been fined a lot for talking about the size of my penis. I mean, it is closely shaped to a tennis ball container. I'm just going to leave it at that. All right? Now, you take the Liberty Tree. Now, this is a newspaper giving aid to terrorists by reporting on unconstitutional activities by the government. Okay? I don't want to know what the government's doing. They're doing it right. That's all I need to know. They're doing it, and they're doing it right. Sometimes you have to go outside the law to catch a bad guy. Okay? You see it in movies.
So besides this thing that we're listening to, if you guys have any I don't know, subjects that you'd like to talk about, feel free. Anything that you want to ask, or if you have any complaints maybe, or anything you'd like to discuss, feel free to ask. And yeah.
Outside the law to catch a bad guy. Okay, you see it in movies all the time. What further proof do you need? Go on the phones.
Yeah, I want to talk about that guy's penis. It sounds awesome.
No. Next caller.
Hey, this is Mike Meeples, and I'll tell you what's wrong with America, man. Stupid people.
Yeah, it is a problem. In old America, the America I fell in love with,
that's like
we
a
dealt with
general
stupid
thing,
people
isn't
very
it? All
discreetly.
countries.
Okay? Now
I don't
know
Dude,
if it's...
Wait. Is it really a problem because society needs those people? I mean, imagine if everyone was smart. I don't know if it's that much of, I mean, it's a really good thing. And you're happy to when you see someone that is more stupid than you.
Okay? Now I don't know if it's something in the water or the lack of separate water fountains, but it's like a plague has taken over. I mean, I've had it with the homosexual agenda. No, thank you. Leave us the hell alone. And with that, we're out of time. We'll see you next time on the Richard Bastion Show.
Where do men go for straight talk about their health?
Colonics are so relaxing, even sensual.
From Jeremy St. Ives, in a place no women are allowed.
That's right.
The Men's Room with Baz and Jeremy, only on Weasel.
WKTT, the most patriotic news source in America. WKTT.
Okay, so that's pretty much it for today. I hope you guys enjoyed it. I know there's a lot of you. I wasn't expecting to see this many in chat. I'm very happy with so much interaction. Thank you for stopping by. Thank you very much for checking the stream. Yeah, I'll probably try and stream again tomorrow. If you have any suggestions that you want, maybe you can try and use the below box. Yeah, so this is it for today. Hope you have an amazing weekend, and that's pretty much it for today. We'll see you next time. Have fun, all the best, and be kind to one another. Goodbye. Bye. Bye. Bye.